Hi everyone. So welcome to the live. It is 8 p.m. So thank you so much for showing up. And thank you guys for watching the replay of the live. And I know, we're gonna get to a point we're gonna have people in the room as well. So thank you. Any contributions are appreciated. So anyway, thank you guys for watching the new live. The new readings that were up. Okay. The readings are up. They're also shorts, and the shorts are doing well. Okay, so I'm just happy about that. Because we're doing something different here. We're not doing the same thing everyone else is doing. So it does take a little while for everything to catch on. So that's all right. But yeah, so thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let me know if you like the angle. I like that angle. I like it because my other readings is difficult to see because of how the computer was propped up, and I'm having problems with the storage on the computer. So this is just easier for me to do, to maneuver. So we'll see, but for probably the next 2 weeks or so, your readings are only going to be about 10 minutes, maybe 15 at most. That's about as much as I can do right now. So with the shuffling and the moving with the arm, but I'm getting really good at it. So it meaning it's getting better. So yeah. So anyway, just let me know uh what you guys want to talk about. Don't forget about my podcast. It's on the bottom of the screen. And the podcast it is just about things happening in my life, and it is on Spotify. Unfortunately, I am not a professional podcaster. So, um, but it seems to be doing pretty good. It seems to be doing, pretty good. So, these are real life stories that I have in my podcast. They happen to me, okay? So, these are not stories I read on the internet. These are my stories, okay? So, and I update you as time moves on. I have to update the podcast tonight actually, but I'll do it tomorrow. I'm not going to do it tonight. But anyway, log in and check it out. It is only $2.99 for my podcast, okay? $2.99. That brings you a lot. $2.99 for the podcast will bring you all of the series of what's going on with me. It will also it kind of reads like a trilogy, It's weird. It's like, oh, what's going to happen next, whatever. So, and it also the 2.99 is per month. So the 2.99, once you pay it you get access to everything. I'm going to be adding tips on renting, especially in this economy now, where everybody's dollar has to stretch to include everything, including housing. And trust me, these landlords, they are not, absolutely are not, um, giving, an inch anywhere. And it's amazing because I think to myself, like, they don't all own houses. I know that. So a lot of them are renting as well, and when I see people doing things to people and taking advantage of a situation, or just really overexerting their power, I just think to myself, karma is going to seriously, seriously get you. Because things like that, when you do things to cause intentional harm or even emotional harm to another individual, and you're doing it, um karma comes to find you quick, you know and you never know, you may be in a situation where that person you're causing harm to, emotional harm to, will be the person deciding your fate, or deciding, if you keep your job, or maybe that person will be hired by your company, and the first cut they make is you. So you always want to just be very careful with that. But like I said, the renting environment, at least where I am, it's bad. It is really bad. Landlords are just not, they're they feel like they have the pick of the litter, if you will, because there's so many people looking for housing. But the other problem is that there are people looking, but there are not, everybody is not qualified because, 2021, 2022, and now 2023. 2023 is the first time we're starting to get back to normal, work wise. 2024 is going to probably, I project, is going to be the time where a lot of these stay-at-home jobs are going to be gone. Definitely by 2026 there will be no more stay-at-home jobs. It'll kind of be like you can do a part-time, that kind of thing, but it's not going to be the abundance of stay-at-home jobs that are here now. So I project that what's going to happen is you're going to have people who have stay-at-home jobs. They're going to be in the minority, and they're going to have to take on a lot of tasks. I know just by watching some economists on YouTube that, which I did not realize, that the economy, when we go to work in person, we are stimulating the economy because with us going to work in person, you are driving your car, right? So, of course, there's your car note. You are using gas. So that means you have to go fill up gas because you've used gas. You are also going to be helping parking garages because you're parking your car to go to work, or you're going to be utilizing the subway. So you're still parking your car, helping garages, and see the cycle. Then when you go, even if you bring your lunch to work, you're still stimulating the economy because they said most people, when they finish working, go and get a snack or maybe go get a drink with a coworker at a bar. So there goes the economy being stimulated again. So they called it foot traffic. I thought it was a very, very interesting YouTube. And I wish I could find it because I would link it to the bottom. But it's just, I just put in economist when you're searching and you'll see it. And they said, but the problem now is why like all these businesses are starting to close, like the big businesses, and the little ones are starting to open now, is because the big businesses cannot survive with minimal foot traffic. They have to have a steady amount of foot traffic to survive. Like your Walmart, your Targets, they have to have a steady stream of foot traffic. Okay. And in 2020 and 2021, yes, Target did excellent in 2020 with their electronics. Those things flew off the shelves. But the problem that they're hitting now is people are not working at capacity anymore. So they're not doing overtime. People are not working overtime. They're not working extra shifts. They're just doing the bare minimum to get the bare minimum paycheck. And therefore stores like Target and stores like um Whole Foods and stuff, these premium stores, they're having a difficult time because if, let's say it's me and I'm working, I'm only doing my 40 hours. That's it. So I'm bringing home 42,000, let's just say, right? I'm bringing home 42. That's all I'm bringing home. So I still have to take out for taxes and all that stuff, okay? I'm not going to, because I'm not working more, I'm not going to shop in places like Whole Foods, like Target. I'm not going to shop there because their prices are too high. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why I'm like belchy a little bit. Sorry. But I will shop at places like Walmart. I will shop at places like Costco, BJ's. These places are doing well because all people are doing, and I do it too. Okay, I'm guilty of it too. I go from my household to BJ's because BJ's has the name brand items I like. They have, we drink a lot of Gatorade in here. So I can buy 3 cases of Gatorade for under $60. Okay. And 3 cases has like, what is it? Is it 30 bottles or something like that? Where if I buy it at work, I'm going to be spending like $20 by the end of a 5-day work week. Okay. Because you buy like 2 or 3 a day. So I save money that way. So those stores are doing well because people are kind of doing the same thing. So it was just very interesting on how staying home is hurting the economy and people don't realize it, and I just never thought of it that way. So let me know, when you guys get here, let me know what you think. How do you think about the stimulating the economy, about going to work? I don't know if people aren't going to work. Are they not working? Like I don't understand. But there's a lot that's going on. There's just a lot. Um and Amazon is becoming like the number one, supplier of everything we need. But also, there's a problem because the items are being stolen, and what people have to get replaced, it is actually compromising the quality of what we're getting. So that's interesting too. But I really was interested in that foot traffic thing. And I saw it today, because I had something to do and I went and did it. And I usually go to this like bar, and it has like chicken fingers, and I love chicken fingers or chicken tenders. And these chicken tenders taste just like fried chicken. Like they taste almost like it's a breast I'm eating. So it's so good. And though they're kind of expensive though, it's like 5 of them for like $15. I was like, what? But so I don't get it all the time. But when I was walking around, I noticed, I just looked and I said, wow, like the people from the courts and the people from the library were the only people like going to Subway and going to other places. Everybody else was not there. And I was like, wait, where the buses looked empty? I was like, where is everybody? So I'm just unsure, but the economist said that we're not doing the economy a favor by refusing to go to work or working these stay-at-home jobs. And I know also they're saying these stay-at-home jobs are actually becoming more difficult to get because everyone has one now. A lot of people have one now, and people are getting terminated, really quickly from these jobs. So that might be where people are. I know some of these stay-at-home jobs are not stay-at-home anymore. They're making them go into like a call center. Which I mean that terrifies me, a call center, because there's no air that circulates, and if one person gets a cold, then everybody around them is getting a cold. So I would be very upset about that. And I worry about that at my job too. That's why I always have my mask on when I feel like other people are sick and they're not taking their health seriously. So yeah, so that was the first topic. Just talking about the economy. And I'd never heard of an economist before. And I don't know how I found these channels. I was just on YouTube as usual, and I don't know, whatever I did, like, you watch one thing and then it turns into 4 other topics. That's what was happening to me. So, yeah, but The Economist, it was interesting their job. Like they study the environment and tell you how money is affecting things. So that's just very interesting. So yeah, but like I'm saying, I think I'm projecting that we're going to start getting back to the normal. It'll never be like 2018, 2019. Those are the glory days. It'll never be like that again, I don't feel. We're getting back to a normal where people and their reactions and their problems are going away. They're calming down now. So I think we're getting to a point where we're going to start seeing more responsibility from people. People, it's almost like uh, we as a nation are going to mature, you know. So I feel like that's going to be, 2024, 25, definitely 26. 2026, we're going to be back closer to the way we were in 2018. I don't know why it's taking us so long, mentally to do this. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of feel like I don't know. I feel like we are evolving, as humans. And I think 2020 was our first time, because I'm sure it's happened before in history, but it's our first time realizing that, you know, we really do depend on this planet, and at any time this could be, done, and I think a lot of people got upset about that in realizing it. We hear about it, but in realizing it and experiencing it. And I remember in 2020, there was a lot of protesting going on. There was just anger. It was so much anger. And I remember, because I worked straight through it. I mean, I would have customers come up to me and start arguments. Like, I'm in the aisle, fixing the aisle so you can shop. And they're coming over, and I'm looking for a doll. I remember this one, I'm looking for a doll. That's what she said to me. And I was like, okay, well, this is the toy aisle, so you could look and see which doll you want. She stood there and looked at me for about 20 seconds. And I was like, I refused to acknowledge her because, I said what I said. This is the toy aisle. You got to look. So then she goes, I can't effing believe you. She says to me, you have the audacity to tell me to look for a doll. I said, ma'am, I don't know what doll you're looking for. And right now, I'm straightening up for the winter selection. Like, I got to do the presentation right now. So, yeah. So then my manager came over because he heard me talking, and he came over, and she's sounding off on me, calling me all kinds of bees and everything else. I just kept doing my job. I ain't had time for her. And my manager, he lit into her. He was like, "What is the problem?" And she was like, "She said that she doesn't, I need to look for the doll I want." He was like, "Exactly. Look for the doll you want." He was like, "Right now she is doing presentation, which means she's got to take this whole aisle down, get it set up the way it's supposed to, and put it back up." So he said, "I support her doing that because she has a time frame." And he was like, "But I heard you screaming and cursing, And he walked away, and she followed him, yelling at him and stuff like that. It was just unnecessary. And that's kind of how 2020 went for me, and it was always people that were alone in 2020, like people that didn't have anyone to come home to. They were the nastiest. They really were argumentative. At that time, I lived near retirement home communities, 55 plus communities, even though I'm nowhere near that age. I'm 46. But at that time I was not 46. So, I'm just like living in this area because it was a pretty nice area, and these people, they were just people I didn't recognize anymore. They were just so angry, so nasty, so just bitter, and I just didn't I at that time didn't understand. I said I would have given anything to be able to stay home, and stay home for at least, at least 4 to 5 months and just give myself a break. But instead, I'm working double, triple overtime and, pulling 17-hour days because coworkers are coming down with C-19 and I'm not coming down with it yet. So they're like, oh, we want you to work more and more. And it got to a point I didn't even care about the money you know I just needed to go home, and I did. I quarantined myself for 2 weeks, even though nothing was wrong with me. And because they knew nothing was wrong with me, and I already tested and nothing was wrong with me, but they couldn't ask me for the results because then they couldn't quarantine me. So they let me quarantine because I told them I was tired of people. That was my reason. So, and it was really nice. I got to spend some quality time at home. I got to wake up in the middle of the day. I was looking outside. It was so nice, but there was nobody outside. And that was so scary. I remember that was scary. You see all these cars parked, but not a soul is outside. It felt like zombie apocalypse or something. So, and saying all of that, those are my memories for 2020. And I feel like now we're starting to learn. It's like humanity. We have to relearn how to be civil. We don't know how to do that because in our 2020, 2021 areas of life, some of us experience loss. Some of us experienced, of course, joy, but a lot of people experienced I feel like we experienced our own mortality as a race, as humans. We experienced it knowing that at any moment if you go outside and breathe, there may be a problem. You might get very sick from it, and that sometimes is difficult for people to imagine. And imagine how the children felt, children under the age of 17, how they felt. So I think that's what happened. And I think the longer we stayed home, the more inflexible we became, the more power hungry we became. And unfortunately, I see that now. I see it with people who have to go to work. They don't want to be in person at work, so they make your life miserable, or they're supposed to finish something to help you out as a customer. They don't do it. They walk away. You don't know where they went. So I really think we're almost out of this bubble that we're in, this bubble of like disrespect and rudeness. We're almost out of it, and I think we're going to start seeing a change for the better. Like I said, definitely by 2026. Definitely. Right now we just got to kind of deal with it. And you can see it with the TikToks, and you can see it with all of that where people are challenging each other, arguing with each other. It's just difficult not to fall into that, you know. But yeah, so that's just topic 2, just talking about my observations and my memories of 2020. And yeah, so that's it basically. But it's going on a half an hour. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably end this about to say podcast. I'm gonna end this live, okay? And I know you'll watch it on the replay. But hopefully some of you will join me in person so we could just y'all could generate some topics and we could talk about it. Let's just talk about things. Um you do have a new reading coming out on Thursday. Um and you also have a new reading. I'm not going to be able to do all the zodiacs. I know I owe everyone for June, but I can't do June and July, so I'll do something else with that. So you do have another zodiac coming up. I want to do one for July. If I can do it, great. If I cannot do it, then I will do something else. So I think I'll do I've got to do Cancer. I didn't do Cancer's birthday. It's your birthday, Cancer. I didn't do one of those. I did Gemini. I just didn't do Cancer, so I have to do Cancer. And that's basically what you have coming up. Next Monday, I'm not going to have a live next Monday. I am going to start getting back on my schedule. I might make the lives a part of my schedule, but I would need to have people in the live so we could like generate topics and talk and stuff like that. I could do one of these talking lives once a month, but not every Monday. If we don't have people in the live for, well, next Monday will not be a live. Next Monday will be a reading for Darrell Brooks. So we're going to get back on our schedule. So next Monday will be Darrell Brooks. Drop in the comments and let me know who you would like me to read next. I don't do every suggestion that's given. If I'm unsure, I'll throw it up in the community board so everybody can vote to see which one. I'm not going to be doing any of those Atlanta or Florida cases, meaning, well, Florida is what's her name? Sarah Brooks, right? Boone, Sarah Boone. But I won't be doing the YNW Melly or Young Thug. I don't even know if his trial is over. I just didn't watch it. I did, but then when the attorney started going to jail, that didn't make sense to me, so I just stopped watching it. But I won't do those two. There's a lot of things, a lot of energy going on there that I'm just not like wanting to introduce to my channel. So those two are not a part of the suggestions to be given. I'm trying to see if we can move into like celebrities and not like infamous people that are on trial. I try to pick people that it's easy for you to track their outcome with what I said, so that it just is, it's kind of fun to see that. So that's why I'm picking, but definitely Travis Rudolph. He actually might be your Monday after Darrell Brooks read. Yeah, definitely Travis Rudolph. So he'll be coming up. But anyway, so thank you so much for watching on the replay. And I hope everyone has a beautiful evening, and it's gorgeous out, and where I am the sky is so clear. I enjoyed it today. It was gorgeous. My breathing was not affected, except for now, of course, but I'm laying on my injured arm, so I'm sure that's what the problem is. So yeah, but anyway, everybody, be safe, stay loved, give love, okay? All right, everyone, have a good one. Spirit Guide out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My podcast link is below, so you can always go online and go to Spotify and see what does Spirit Guide have going on. What was going on with Spirit Guide? All right, so I will speak to everyone later. Enjoy your Monday night. Bye.